So hello and welcome to our first foray into the command line on our Ubuntu 14.04 system. If we just go through and run the command lsb_release, we can check what we're actually running here. So if I use -d, we're going to get to see the description, so we can see then it's Ubuntu 14.04 and it's patched then to level 3. If I use the command apt cache and search to try and locate the package. So we want to install the bind server. But if I go through and look for this, to be honest, there are so many matches because we're looking really for the string bind, not necessarily the word bind. If we clear out of this, I already have aptitude installed, but if you haven't, just go through and install the package aptitude. But then we can go through and use aptitude. And if we then use search from this, we can only look in the name field and we can go through and look for the name beginning with bind. So you see already we've got much less coming down, and the package that we want is bind 9. So using sudo then we can go ahead and install the package. So you can see apt-get install -y just to accept it, bind 9, throw in my password. If I clear out the screen now, and if we go through and look at netstat -listening and TCP, and we'll put in the number, well, we can see then certainly we're listening on port 53, but we want to make sure, of course, that this is being run by the bind process. So if we go through, put the P in, and with this then, to see the process, we'll need to run it with sudo. As we look through the output, we can see then that port 53 is being used and being used by the name daemon, so named, and this is what bind is using. We can also see that by default Ubuntu uses DNS mask for name resolution, but that doesn't list on the main 127 address, it lists on 127.0.1.1, so we don't get a clash of port addresses there. If we clear out the screen again now, and if we then go through and use dig, and we'll look for www.pluralsite.com, and we'll look for it at 127.0.0.1. So we're specifically going to the name daemon. What's important here is making sure that we look for our answer section. We have got an answer section. And when we look towards the query time at the bottom, we can see then that it came from our name daemon on 127.0.0.1. We of course then have seen that we've got our DNS server up and running. We're running in caching only mode, so we're not storing any information persistently. However, of course, we are resolving names. So let's jump back now to the slide so we can just tidy up this section and move on to the next.